Alright, so for this video, we're doing a unit spotlight on this elf guy, Gan. So let's get into his skills. So for Gan, right, he is a wind elemental support. He is very powerful with his deceleration, and he's currently the only character in our current collection that can destroy cards, right? So if you look at him, he's a 4-cost unit, seal magic. Actually no, he's naturally a 5-cost unit, but I have the green skill stone which reduces mana cost. So naturally he's 5 cost, seal magic, incarnates incinerates, sorry, incinerates all enemy cards with a fixed chance. Attack all enemies to inflict damage and grant deceleration. So it does grant 1 stack of deceleration, therefore it does pair great with Poseidon, as you guys can refresh it and get a triple stack. So for his, okay, so what the Incinerate card does is that there's a fixed chance for it to destroy your current card in your hand. So when your card gets destroyed in your hand, you're gonna have to wait I think it's like 2 or 3 seconds to get a new card in your hand. But I will explain that in the battle. It's much better than the fight. But let's get into the skill stones. So for green skill stone, we have the mana cost. Decrease the mana cost of seal magic by 1. The green skill stone itself is already pretty good, as it does reduce the his cost down to 4, because 5 is actually kind of expensive, not gonna lie. A harmful effect grants beneficial effect block additionally on all enemies when using seal magic. This is pretty good. So if you do have the purple skill stone, it does give you more options for playmaking, because you can use this to counter a Rusa, and that will completely block all the Rusa spells, or you can use this to block a Reckless Devotion. So you know how when someone uses Reckless Devotion, they get attack buff, immunity, and then what's another one? It's like and the mana cost down. So if you were to counter with Gain's skill, and you have the purple skill stone on him, you can actually block that whole set of effects. The whole set of Reckless Devotion effects. So this is really good for countering. Rageful Return. Passive. Goes back to the elemental realm at the moment of death and return with 50% HP. The activation of Rageful Return deals significant damage to all enemies. So currently I have not seen anyone with this skill, therefore I don't know how much damage it does. As you can see, it doesn't tell you how much damage it does, right? So I don't know how good this rune is. But if you but depending on your playmaking, the green one or the purple one, they're both good. It just honestly depends on your playstyle, right? So for his runes, I'm running him currently on Swift because I do like to cast him much faster. You can also run him on Focus as well if you preferred him, because like I said again, he doesn't do damage, right? So like if you look at his base attack, it's not that high. So if you were to run him on Fatal, he won't actually do much more damage. So it doesn't make sense to run a Fatal. So that's why I'm running him on Swift runes. So I would say the most basic runes that you run on him would be Swift. And then you can change it depending on your playstyle, right? Because there's option of Focus and Violent. These two runes are actually pretty decent on him as well. So do keep an eye out for that. Oh, along with the Will rune and Resist runes, you know. Again, it all depends on your playstyle. But the Swift should be the basics runes for him. Alright, let me show you how his skill works. Do have a most recent battle with this guy in Arena. Can't remember when did I use him, but I'll try fast forward so I can show you, right? So keep an eye out for his hand, right, when I use my spell. Just fast forward with this. Dropping my Nikki down. I'm just spamming my Nikki here. I'm just trying to kill his backline, which it does work. Here we go. It should be coming up here. Alright, so I think I'm going to use my Gan here, right? So look at his current hand. He has a Lapis, a Giant Warrior, a Shannon, and Soa, right? So if I were to use my Gan here, there's a fixed chance that I can destroy these cards, like just remove them from his hand, right? And put it into his back of his deck. You see that? You see my Gan? I was able to remove um his card on slot 1, which was a Griffin, and then his card on slot 3 and 4. So these 3 cards, they are currently taken out of play. I mean, okay, no, they're not taken out of play. They are relocated to the back of his deck, right? And the thing that makes him and Orion different. So what Orion does is that Orion also is very similar. It's, Orion, instead of destroying, it shuffles, right? So it shuffles a card to the back of your deck, but you can always get it back. It's the same thing with Gan. Gan technically destroys your card and put them into the back of your deck, right? But the only difference between Gan and Orion here is that Gan, once your card gets destroyed, there's a wait time to get the next card. So if you take a look at his hand right now, you see how right now he still hasn't gotten his cards yet. It's not like an instant replay, so he has to wait to get his card. Oh, it's actually longer. It's been like, okay, so 5 seconds passed and he finally got another card, right? So now he has to wait another 5 seconds to get another card back, and then another 5 seconds to get another card, his 4th card back finally. So take a look. So every time he uses a card, it doesn't speed up the process of him getting new cards. You see how you see how his slot 1 and slot 3 card, they're still empty, right? It's because he is using more cards than he is getting. So that is why he has to see. Another one came in. I think it's like 3 seconds, right? Yeah, I think it's 3 seconds. It's like 3 or 4 seconds. You see, his card on slot 1 is still empty. Like, he still doesn't have his full deck back. So so that will be a difference between Gan and Orion. Orion will shuffle the card out, but Orion will always give you 4 cards back, right? So you always have 4 cards in your hand. But Gan will destroy your card and will not return you a new one. There's a certain wait time. It's between 3, I think it's like around 3 seconds, right, to get the card back. So that's the difference between Orion and Gan, right? Because Orion shuffles your card, so that means that Orion will always give you the same amount of card back that's in your hand, and Gan doesn't do that. Gan will instead destroy the card and put them to the back of your deck, and you will have to wait 3 seconds to get for a new card to fill up your slot. Like, I used my Gan quite early, and he was still missing. He was still missing cards in his first slot for a really long time. Therefore, this does limit his playmaking abilities. So that would be how Gan works. Again, I made this video because someone requested this. So again, if you would like me to make another video on a unit, just leave it in the comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.